Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here today. I want to begin with this simple truth. Everything is energy. Every thought we have, every word we speak, every action we take, it's all energy. And the most powerful thing about this energy, we have control over it. The way we direct our energy determines the course of our lives. So let me ask you, what kind of energy are you putting out into the world? Energy is everything. Every single aspect of our existence is governed by energy, from the thoughts we think to the actions we take to the relationships we build and the opportunities we seize. Everything we do and experience is powered by energy. It's not something we can see or touch, but we can feel it, we can sense it, and we can certainly see the results of it. Energy flows through us, around us, and between us, often in ways we may not even fully comprehend. Yet, understanding and harnessing this unseen force can completely transform our lives. Every thought that runs through your mind is energy in motion. The way you think about yourself, the world, and others influences the type of energy you emit. If your thoughts are clouded with negativity, doubt, and fear, the energy you create becomes heavy, draining, and limiting. But if you choose to think positively, with hope, with purpose, that energy radiates outward, creating a different reality for you. Positive energy doesn't just make you feel good, it changes the environment around you. It influences the way people respond to you and the way opportunities align in your favor. Similarly, every action we take is fueled by energy. Whether it's a small gesture of kindness or a major life decision, the energy behind that action determines its impact. Energy doesn't just sit still, it is dynamic. It either creates momentum or it stalls progress. If you are constantly moving forward with energy that is aligned with your goals and values, you will find yourself moving towards success. On the other hand, if your energy is scattered, unfocused, or negative, it can hold you back, keeping you stuck in the same place, unable to make the progress you desire. Our relationships are another powerful reflection of the energy we carry. Have you ever noticed how being around certain people can either lift your spirits or drain your energy? This is the law of attraction at work. We attract what we put out. If you are vibrating with positive energy, self-love, joy, peace, you will naturally attract those who resonate with that same energy. Conversely, if you are carrying unresolved hurt, anger, or bitterness, you might find yourself surrounded by people who reflect that same energy, leading to conflict or discontent. Understanding this dynamic gives us a deeper understanding of why some relationships thrive while others falter. The energy you bring to a relationship shapes its future, and it starts with you. Opportunities, too, are driven by the energy you emit. When you're in alignment with your own energy, when you're confident, focused, and clear about your intentions, the universe seems to respond in kind. Doors open, paths become clearer, and the right people and circumstances begin to show up at just the right time. But when your energy is misaligned, or when you're operating from a place of fear or scarcity, opportunities may pass you by simply because the energy you're emitting is not aligned with what you truly desire. This is why it's essential to nurture and protect your energy. Energy is also deeply connected to our purpose. We are not here by accident. Each of us has a unique energy signature, a purpose that is ours to fulfill. When we focus on cultivating positive, focused energy, we start aligning more closely with that purpose. This alignment can lead to the most fulfilling experiences of our lives. But when we're disconnected from our true energy, we can feel lost or disconnected from the things that matter most. In essence, energy is the force that shapes our reality. It is the foundation upon which our lives are built. Everything we think, feel, say, and do is imbued with energy, and the more we understand and take responsibility for our energy, the more we can shape the world around us. The key is awareness. When you become aware of the energy you carry and the energy you attract, you unlock the power to create a life that is truly aligned with who you are and what you desire. Self-focus and self-awareness are not just buzzwords. They are powerful tools that can radically transform your life. In a world that constantly demands our attention, it's easy to get swept up in the noise and lose sight of ourselves. We often look outward, seeking validation, guidance, or approval from others. But in doing so, we forget that the most important relationship we can cultivate is the one we have with ourselves. Self-focus and self-awareness are the foundation upon which personal growth and fulfillment are built. Self-focus is the practice of turning your attention inward, of making yourself a priority. It's about recognizing that you are worthy of care, of time, of energy. When we focus on ourselves, we give ourselves the space to understand who we truly are, our desires, our fears, our strengths, and our limitations. This kind of focus doesn't mean neglecting others or becoming self-absorbed. It's about knowing that when we nourish ourselves, we become better equipped to show up for the people in the world around us. Self-awareness allows us to be intentional with our choices, to ask ourselves what we truly want, and to create lives that reflect our deepest values and passions. Self-awareness, on the other hand, is the ability to recognize and understand your own emotions, thoughts, and behaviors. It's the skill of observing yourself without judgment, of acknowledging the patterns and triggers that influence your reactions. Through self-awareness, we gain insight into why we think and behave the way we do. And this understanding can lead to profound shifts in how we interact with the world. It's through self-awareness that we become conscious of our strengths and weaknesses, our goals, our boundaries, and our blind spots. Without self-awareness, it's easy to live on autopilot, reacting to life's challenges without fully understanding why we respond the way we do. When we combine self-focus and self-awareness, we open the door to deeper personal growth. Self-awareness gives us the clarity to understand what we need to focus on. It helps us identify areas in our lives where we may need healing or growth. By focusing on these areas with intention, we create space for transformation. For example, if we become aware of a pattern of self-doubt or insecurity, self-focus allows us to redirect our energy into building confidence and self-love. If we recognize that we're overwhelmed or burnt out, self-focus helps us prioritize rest, self-care, and boundaries. Through self-awareness, we understand our energy, what fuels us, what drains us. And with self-focus, we choose to prioritize the things that restore and uplift us. But perhaps one of the most powerful aspects of self-focus and self-awareness is their ability to cultivate emotional intelligence. By becoming aware of our emotions and the stories we tell ourselves, we develop a greater capacity to respond to life's challenges with compassion, clarity, and resilience. Self-awareness allows us to see beyond our immediate reactions and understand the deeper motivations driving them. It helps us make better decisions and communicate more effectively, both with ourselves and with others. This emotional clarity can lead to healthier relationships, better decision-making, and a stronger sense of inner peace. In essence, self-focus and self-awareness give us the tools to take control of our lives. They empower us to create the lives we desire, not based on what others expect of us, but from a deep understanding of who we are and what we truly need. This journey of focusing on ourselves and becoming more aware of our inner world is not always easy, but it is the most rewarding path we can walk. When we learn to tune into ourselves, we become the architects of our own destiny. The power of positive energy is one of the most profound forces in our lives, often underestimated or misunderstood. It is easy to get caught in the belief that success, happiness, or fulfillment is a matter of luck, external circumstances, or chance. But the truth is, the energy we carry with us shapes every aspect of our reality. Our thoughts, actions, and beliefs are all driven by the energy we emit. And this energy has the incredible power to transform not just our own lives, but also the lives of those around us. Positive energy is more than just feeling good or thinking happy thoughts. It's about being intentional with the energy you radiate and choosing to align yourself with a mindset that nurtures growth, gratitude, and possibility. When you carry positive energy, you not only shift your own perception of the world, but also influence the way others perceive and interact with you. There's an undeniable magnetism to someone who exudes positive energy. They attract opportunities, people, and circumstances that align with the vibration they're putting out. It's as if the universe responds to the energy they emit, creating a ripple effect of positive outcomes. This is not to say that negative events or challenges won't occur in life. We all face difficult situations. However, the way we approach and respond to these challenges is what makes all the difference. Positive energy doesn't mean ignoring or suppressing negative emotions. It's about choosing how to navigate them. When faced with adversity, those who harness positive energy find the strength to learn from the experience, grow through it, and move forward with resilience. They understand that setbacks are not permanent and that their attitude, perspective, and response are within their control. Positive energy allows us to reframe challenges as opportunities for growth rather than obstacles to success. One of the most powerful aspects of positive energy is its contagious nature. Just as negativity can spread like wildfire, so too can positivity. When you choose to show up in the world with optimism, kindness, and gratitude, you inspire those around you to do the same. Your energy becomes a source of light for others, often without you even realizing it. It lifts people up, motivates them, and encourages them to bring their best selves forward. In this way, positive energy is not just a personal benefit, but a collective one. It creates a culture of collaboration, support, and shared purpose, where everyone feels empowered to contribute their unique strengths. Positive energy also directly influences our physical and mental well-being. Science has shown that our thoughts and emotions have a direct impact on our bodies. When we nurture positive thoughts and cultivate a mindset of possibility, our bodies respond by releasing feel-good hormones like endorphins and oxytocin. These chemicals enhance our mood, lower stress levels, and boost our immune system, creating a cycle of health and well-being. In contrast, negative energy and constant stress can take a toll on our health, leading to fatigue, illness, and burnout. By prioritizing positive energy, we are not only improving our mental and emotional state, but also investing in our physical health. Furthermore, positive energy allows us to manifest our desires more effectively. The law of attraction, often discussed in the context of positive thinking, suggests that like attracts like. When you focus on the positive, you begin to attract more positive experiences into your life. It's about directing your energy toward what you want to bring into existence rather than what you fear or wish to avoid. Whether it's a new opportunity, a meaningful relationship, or personal success, positive energy opens the doors to abundance and possibility. It creates space for what you desire to flow into your life. The power of positive energy is immense. It shapes how we see the world, how we interact with others, and how we take care of ourselves. It is the key to overcoming challenges, cultivating resilience, and creating the life we envision. When we harness the power of positivity, we not only elevate our own lives, but also inspire and uplift the world around us. The energy we put out there has the power to ripple across time and space, creating a reality that is full of light, love, and possibility. Aligning with your purpose is one of the most fulfilling and transformative things you can do in life. It's about tapping into a deeper sense of self, connecting with the core of who you are, and understanding why you're here in the first place. In a world full of distractions, It's easy to lose sight of this purpose, but when you align with it, everything in your life starts to flow more naturally. Your decisions, your relationships, your career, and even your sense of fulfillment become clearer and more intentional. At the heart of this alignment is self-awareness. To understand your purpose, you first need to understand who you are, what drives you, and what truly matters to you. This requires deep reflection and often a willingness to get quiet, to listen to the inner voice that speaks to your true desires. It's easy to be influenced by the opinions of others or society's expectations, but when you tune into yourself, you'll find that your purpose often comes from a place of passion, authenticity, and inner knowing. Your purpose may not always be something grand or outwardly obvious, but it will always feel true to your essence. Aligning with your purpose also means shedding anything that no longer serves you. This includes limiting beliefs, old habits, toxic relationships, or environments that stifle your growth. The more you align with your purpose, the more you begin to recognize what is in harmony with your soul's calling and what is out of alignment. Letting go of things that hold you back is a vital step in this process. When you create space by releasing the old, you make room for the new opportunities, new ideas, new connections, and ultimately, new growth. As you begin to align with your purpose, you'll notice that the things you once thought you wanted may begin to shift. Perhaps the career path you've been on no longer excites you, or certain goals no longer feel fulfilling. That's because purpose is not just about external achievements. It's about internal alignment. It's about feeling a sense of peace and excitement when you move in the direction of what truly calls to you. When your actions are aligned with your purpose, there's an ease and flow that happens. Challenges may arise, but they don't feel like insurmountable obstacles. They become part of the journey, opportunities for growth, and signs that you're on the right path. Moreover, aligning with your purpose involves taking action. It's one thing to recognize what your purpose is, but it's quite another to live it out consistently. This requires courage, commitment, and a willingness to face uncertainty. The world will always present distractions and roadblocks, but when you are aligned with your purpose, you find the strength to push through, knowing that you're heading towards something far more meaningful than any temporary setback. Each step you take, no matter how small, reinforces that alignment and strengthens your connection to what you're meant to do. Another powerful aspect of alignment is the energy it generates. When you live in alignment with your purpose, you are vibrating at a higher frequency. You become magnetic to the right people, opportunities, and resources. People who are aligned with their purpose radiate a certain energy that is both calming and inspiring. They become beacons of possibility and hope for others. They attract not just success, but the kind of success that is deeply satisfying and fulfilling. It's not just about achieving external milestones, but about finding inner peace and joy in the pursuit itself. The beauty of aligning with your purpose is that it creates a sense of coherence in your life. It gives you a clear sense of direction, a foundation to stand on, and a deep sense of meaning that can carry you through difficult times. When you know what you're here for, you stop questioning yourself. You trust the process, knowing that each step is part of a larger journey toward becoming the person you were always meant to be. And in the end, that alignment is what brings true fulfillment. A sense that you are living authentically and that your life is unfolding exactly as it should. Boundaries are often seen as limitations, barriers, or rules, but in reality, they are essential to our well-being, growth, and personal freedom. They represent the invisible lines that define where we end and others begin, serving as markers of self-respect and personal autonomy. Boundaries allow us to protect our time, energy, emotions, and values, and they are the foundation for healthy, meaningful relationships. Without boundaries, we risk burnout, resentment, and a loss of self-identity. Setting and maintaining boundaries is not just a skill, it's a necessary practice for creating a life that reflects our true needs and desires. In our everyday interactions, we often encounter pressures, whether from family, friends, colleagues, or society at large, that can cloud our sense of what is right for us. The fear of disappointing others, being judged, or facing conflict can lead to a tendency to neglect our own needs in favor of pleasing those around us. This is where boundaries become critical. They help us assert our own values and priorities while allowing us to navigate relationships in a way that respects both ourselves and others. Without them, we risk losing ourselves in an endless cycle of people pleasing or feeling overwhelmed by the demands placed on us. A clear boundary is not a rigid wall, but rather a flexible line that allows us to honor our needs while remaining open to others. Boundaries can be physical, emotional, or mental. They help protect our time and space, maintain our energy, and ensure our emotional safety. For instance, physical boundaries involve the way we allow others to interact with our personal space, while emotional boundaries help us determine what we're willing to tolerate in terms of emotional support or distress from others. Mental boundaries protect our ability to think and process independently without the overwhelming influence of outside opinions. When we set these boundaries, we cultivate a sense of self-respect and teach others how to treat us based on what we're willing to accept. One of the most significant aspects of boundaries is that they help prevent burnout in a world where there is always something demanding our attention. Work, relationships, responsibilities. It's easy to become overextended. We might feel compelled to take on more than we can handle out of guilt, fear, or the desire to be helpful. However, this constant giving without regard for our own needs eventually leads to exhaustion, frustration, and resentment. Setting boundaries allows us to prioritize our own well-being by learning to say no, by understanding that we cannot pour from an empty cup, and by recognizing that our value is not defined by how much we do for others.